has never been harder to win than it is right now. Why? Because every single day you're frying your brain. You're killing your attention span, your focus, and your testosterone. And because of all that, you're killing your success. The average person now has a worse attention span than a goldfish. That's who you're competing against. But here's the good news. That means with just a tiny bit of discipline and work ethic, you're already ahead of 90% of people. But before we even dive into it, you need to understand something crucial. Your ability to control your urges is directly correlated to your success or lack of it. If you cannot control yourself, if you cannot be disciplined, you will never be successful. It's simply impossible. Mastering your urges is the key to unlocking your potential. Today, I'm going to give you the 6 steps you need to desexualize your brain and regain control of your life. Because when you gain control of your mind, your body, and your life, that's when you unlock the power to succeed. Here's the interesting part. Truly desexualizing your brain has very little to do with sex and everything to do with something else, but we'll get into that later. For now, let's dive into it. Step 1. Stop watching porn. This may sound obvious, yet 99% of young people simply can't stop. And let me tell you, watching porn is by far the worst way you sexualize your brain. Here's why. The problem isn't just the time spent watching it. Sure, if you stopped, you might get an extra hour a week or something. But that's a tiny side effect compared to the real issue. Porn literally fries your brain and robs you of focus. Studies have shown that porn consumption leads to the erosion of your prefrontal cortex, the part of your brain that regulates emotions, actions, and importantly, impulse control and willpower. The damage doesn't stop there. Porn has been linked to decreased focus, increased anxiety, depression, and trouble in long-term relationships. In fact, there's an epidemic of young men experiencing sexual issues like erectile dysfunction because their brains have been rewired by porn. They've watched so much of it that their neural pathways have changed. And here's the real kicker. Porn users report being less satisfied with their lives compared to those who don't watch it. Step 2. Stop pleasuring yourself. I know it sounds harsh, and I know it's normalized in today's world, but the reality is there's nothing healthy about it. Every time you give in to that urge, you're spiking your dopamine levels. It feels good, yes, but here's the problem. You're tricking your brain into thinking you've done the most important thing you can do for the day, reproduce. But we both know that's not true. Yet because of the dopamine spike, your brain is fooled into rewarding you. And that cheap dopamine causes your ability to focus and do hard things to plummet. That's why you find everything else boring after you give in to those urges. Your dopamine receptors are fried. This is why you struggle to focus. So why do so many young men keep doing it? Because they're addicted. Just like people get addicted to drugs, porn and masturbation offer an insane dopamine rush, one that's extremely difficult to break free from. And get this. The dopamine spike from porn and masturbation is more intense than what you get from food or even nicotine. But the problem is, after that spike, your dopamine levels crash below baseline, leaving you feeling lethargic and unfocused. It's the same dopamine curve you get from drugs. Step 3. Purpose. It turns out addiction to porn and masturbation isn't actually rooted in anything sexual. It's not about perversion, childhood trauma, or libido. It's much simpler than that. It's rooted in meaninglessness. If you don't have a purpose, a goal, something to strive towards, you're more likely to fall into these addictions. Without purpose, your brain craves cheap dopamine. But here's the good news. It's fixable. Every man needs a North Star, a guiding mission that pushes him forward. For me, my purpose was clear: to take care of my family and loved ones. That was my driving force, and it's what kept me going when times got tough. Having a purpose gives you direction. You don't need to be stuck in meaningless distractions. Step 4. Stop watching soft porn. Soft porn is everywhere these days, on social media, on TikTok, Instagram, YouTube. Half-naked women are constantly flashing across your screen, reinforcing your urges and eroding your focus. This may seem harmless, but it's actually a huge problem. Most of the time, you don't just randomly decide to watch porn. There's a trigger, and soft porn is that trigger. That's why you need to unfollow those Instagram models, those TikTok dancers, and anything else that reinforces those urges. It may seem like a small thing, but it's eating away at your focus. Eliminate distractions at all costs. Step 5. Focus inward, not outward. The problem with sexualized brains is that they hijack your dopamine system, leaving you distracted and unable to focus on hard work. The solution is learning delayed gratification. Instead of constantly seeking external stimuli, whether it's through porn, food, or other distractions, you need to learn to find fulfillment in your work. Here's a practice I use: a dopamine detox. For 24 to 72 hours, I do nothing. No phone, no food, no social media, no books, no music, and certainly no porn. Just stillness. The goal? To find peace without external distractions. Train your brain to appreciate delayed gratification. When you do this, your brain learns to appreciate the satisfaction that comes from hard work. Step 6. Stop chasing women. Listen, you will never be truly focused if you're constantly thinking about this girl, texting that girl, and meeting up with another one. When you're on your grind, you need to stop chasing women. Here's why. Until you built yourself into a man of substance, chasing women is just a massive waste of time. The quality of women you'll attract at the beginning of your journey is nothing compared to what you'll attract once you've built yourself up. Focus on becoming the best version of yourself. When you do, the women will come. So there you have it, 6 steps to desexualize your brain and regain control of your life. It's not going to be easy. It's going to take discipline, sacrifice, and real commitment. But if you follow these steps, you'll start to see major changes. Your focus will improve, your discipline will grow, and most importantly, you'll be on the path to success. Remember, success isn't for the lucky few. It's for those who are willing to do the hard work. So stop chasing distractions, control your urges, and focus on what really matters. The choice is yours. Now go out there and make it happen. Thanks for watching. If this inspired you, hit like, subscribe, and join us on this journey to live, grow, and manifest your best life, one step at a time. And don't forget to check out our other videos for more tips and insights. See you in the next one.